Hi everyone, continuing the video series about the Sicilian. So I wish you enjoyed the video so far. And let's see what's going to happen in the other lines. So today I'm going to introduce you the move knight c3, knight c6, and bishop b5. Later on when we will talk about more like classic lines, which is like knight f3, knight c6, and then d4, or the bishop b5, so-called Rossolimo attack, you will see like what's the idea of this bishop b5 move. White can play the bishop b5 here as well. So it's kind of like a Rossolimo, but it can jump to Grand Prix attack and have like similar vibes. So the main idea for white is to try to capture. Let's say we do d takes or b takes, then do d3. And because the knight is not on f3 yet, f4 will be a key move. You remember the Grand Prix attack? Do you remember what was the plan from white side? What we were scared of? Why we will have the blankets on our heads like we'll saw some ghosts at night. So same thing will happen here. So welcome to the horror movie of the Grand Prix attack. So knight f3, knight f6, short castle, and please remind me about the key move that white could do here. Actually, like a Q plan, which could be extremely annoying. Of course, it's queen e1. The idea is to play queen h4, and then later white will try to push the pawn to f5, sacrifice it, open up black's king, bishop h6, exchanging the key defender, and then takes knight g5 to help the queen. The rook is open, removing the defender of the h7 square, and then checkmating us. Here takes. If the rook is not there, this knight can do the job. Like knight e4, and then captures, and then queen h7 checkmate. There's no way to get away from this. This position is already bad. It can be strategically lost too. So this is why when we see the move bishop to b5, I think the best in order to show like the biggest resistance, to try to outmaneuver our opponent or play against his plans, is the move knight d4. White has different options. One is bishop a4. I don't think this is going anywhere because the bishop is quite passive. We can instantly play a6. For those who played a Paulson, for those who played a Conversation, doing such a stuff is an easy job. Just a6, b5, attack this bishop, try to trap it, bishop b7, do the queenside development first and then the kingside development, and we're fine. If knight f3, b5, takes, c4, white's lost. So d3 to stop the move c4, but we will play b5 here, bishop b7. So you will see that we're not going to fianchetto the bishop yet. Here takes, and then we can play e6. Fianchetto is fine too. But this is more like a Paulson-ish variation type of position. So rook e1, then knight e7, knight f6 is a possibility too. Takes, and then knight g6. We will try to do bishop e7 short castle. One of the usual sacrifices is knight d5, but I don't think white will have enough compensation here because we will bring this bishop out. The rook will be quite fast to come into the game. Maybe it's interesting to play as white, but still, he's one piece down. Bishop a4 is not the best move. Some players go for knight f3, giving up the bishop, and we can take it. But then white will have a better development. So white's plan is to have developed knights and then push pawn d4, open up the game. It can be scary in some positions. This can be quite dangerous. So that's why we play the move a6. The bishop needs to retreat. If he goes bishop c4, we can do b5 here and then the rook b8 with the e6 follow-up. Again, we will try to go after the bishop. So takes, knight e2, knight f6. We can sacrifice a pawn just for a move, and eventually get the e4 pawn. If white plays bishop d3, it's a bit awkward situation for the bishop, but still white's better developed. This bishop can get out from b2. Only now we can play g6. Bishop g7, pawn e6. We know this setup. Rook b1. Knight can jump back. This is an interesting move to not allow any b4. We do the usual stuff. And then we can try d5. We can try d6. I don't think that black has any issues here. The final move is bishop c4. I think pawn g6 is totally fine, but we saw it already lots of times. Later on, we will see that when white will play the open Sicilian with this, or after bishop b5, again g6, the Rossolimo. This is why, in this position, after knight d4, bishop c4, I wanted to introduce you the move e6. Again, some different plans. The idea is quite simple. Close the bishop. Don't allow any kind of scholar's checkmate or fried liver attack type of thing in any position. If white plays knight f3, we just develop the knight, attacking the pawn on e4. After short castle, pawn a6 with the idea to play b5. We can do it, take it, play bishop b7, and only then develop the king side, and then do short castle like this, d6, and then bishop b7, short castle. Everything should be fine for us. If knight goes to e2, again knight f6, so short castle a6, the same plan. And with the inclusion of the move pawn to d5, hit the center, takes back, like captures, bishop e7, pawn to d3, and then we do bishop g4, a key move, because after short castle can do this, some kind of trap, and we will lose a piece because e7 is not defended. And after bishop g4, pawn to f3, and bishop e6. We opened up the king a bit, defended the pawn. If f4, we have pawn g6 or just queen d7 to stop the f5 move. Then we will do short castle. In some positions, we will do long castle. Black's position is fine. If white doesn't create immediate threats, we have normal development. We have a good control over the center with this pawn. So it's not going to be that bad. If white plays the move d3, again, we can do d5. He captures, we capture back. He moves the bishop to b3, we capture it. Then we can decide. We can play the move bishop e7. We can play bishop to g4. Immediate pawn d4 is quite interesting as well. Probably the best is knight e4, takes, bishop d6, castles. So we have a normal game. Two bishops, good central pawns. The game is quite open. Sure, white has some game on the king side. We can do our game on the queen side. Maybe we'll try to stop him with the move f5 in some scenarios. Shouldn't be an issue for us. So the main idea of the move bishop b5 was to try to get an improved Rossolimo, a better Rossolimo setup, because he will capture, and because the knight is not on f3, white will push f4. One more time. We do this, takes, d3, f4, and then the Grand Prix attack, annoying plan. So some big thing will come after our king. We need to be quite careful about that. It's a massive attack after f5. And with the move knight d4, we can, show our best cards and try to do everything in order to create more chaos in the center. The move e6, and with the plan to do a6 b5 in some cases, or knight f6 d5 can work quite well for us. So this is it. Let's try to go to the next chapter. And again, if you have some interesting games about the Sicilian, send them, and we will cover them later on in strategical, thematic way. So I wish you all have the best day. So see you in the next videos.